Jambo, jambo. Hi, hi, hi. Woo. How is everybody doing this evening? This is your precious woman. Let me make it a little bright. Wow. So it took me a few minutes, but we are here. Hi, Miss. Hi, Sarah. Where are all my broker rents? Hey, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Hey, Remy. Oh, wow. Jumbo. Precious woman. Thank you guys for coming in. We're going to be talking some money. Does making more money really matter? So this video is for you who love money. Hi, Vico. How are you? Hey, that's my bro right there, Dr. Steve. Hey, Dr. Steve, Jumbo, Jumbo, Jumbo. I'm so happy to see my doctor, brother. How are you? Hey, Jeff. Oh, Hercules. Oh, God, guys. Oh, my God. Does making more money really matter when it comes to your financial freedom? Dr. Steve, you might want to listen to this. This is my video. This is Miss B. You guys know the drill, eh? If you like anything I'm saying, share this video, like, comment. Yes, I'm talking about broker rents. And this is not a piece of anybody. I'm an RN myself, as you guys know, you know. So, Jeff, before you start throwing stone, I'm not trying to ditch any RN or anybody. I'm not trying to throw any stones. I'm just gonna keep this video. It's meant to enlighten people. You know, my job here is to impact you anywhere I can financially by telling you the truth and the real truth. So, before you throw any stone, I was one of the broke RN. So, let's just make those clear. So, this is my journey. I'm not saying all RN are broke. Not all registered nurses are broke, but we all know here, eh? You guys are making dollar. So, how come nurses are broke? That's we are going to do this video because I recently posted about being a broke RN and everybody was like, hey, you're lying. There is no RN who is broke. There's no registered nurse who is broke. No, guys, there are registered nurses who are broke. Hi, Maria. How are you? I see Janet. I see Kes. I mean, Janet Mwalu and the girls. Oh, my goodness. Kennard's rocks. You know, I will always promote Kennard. So why am I talking about does making more money, does making money matters? When you're making more money, does it matter when it comes to financial freedom? Does it really matter? That's why this video is really for. You know, most of you guys know my story. Yes, as excited as I am, most of you guys know that I also have a title, registered nurse. So this is not to shade any nurse, but I'm one of those broken RN. So this is my journey. You know, I made more money. When I came to America, I started by, I was, what is it called? Maintenance people at school, but then I went to and become a nurse assistant because my sister told me that's the right thing to do. And then after that, I went and became, after becoming a registered a nurse assistant, I went ahead and became a registered nurse. But here's the thing though, I was still broke. Because this is the thing, I never changed my lifestyle. Or if anything, I upgraded my lifestyle. So I just wanted to verify this because I recently put something about broker RN and I know somebody was like, hey, shh, there is no broker RN, there is no broke registered nurses. Yes, there is broke registered nurses. And I can now tell you guys for sure, this is Miss B. Like this video, share this video. This is gonna be the realest tip I've ever given in finance right here. Making more money does not matter when it comes to your financial freedom. Your income is good, but it doesn't matter when it comes to your financial freedom. It has nothing to do with it. If anything, it can be disadvantage to you. I was an RN, yes, I was making more money, but guess what? I was broke. If anything, I used to borrow some money from some of you. Wanzare, unasikia your story. Jeff knows when I became an RN, I was still broke. I borrowed some money a couple of times. The thing with making more money, and most people think, oh my God, if I make more money, I'm rich. Yeah. And they idolize the doctors. And I'm glad my doctor brother is listening. They idolize the doctor. They idolize this. But what you don't understand, it really has nothing. Being wealthy really has nothing to do with how much you earn. It's just about learning. And I'm going to give you guys 4 points. So do share. Where are you guys watching from? I see Duke. Thank you guys for watching. It really doesn't matter, because guess what? The more money, I didn't say it. Who said that song? The more money you make, the more what? You spend, and the more trouble you are in. I don't know the song, but I know there's a song that says that. So guess what? As Betty a Chapa, I made more money. But guess what I was doing with my money? I was hosting party every weekend. Once you know that story. Yeah, Cindy, I borrowed money a couple of times. And I was an RN. And I will not lie. I was a broke RN. So this is not anybody else's story. This is story yangu. This is my story. Because guess what I was doing? Yes, I was earning more money. But as soon as that, I also upgraded my life. So you can't be broke. What do we want? We want to impress the Jonases. I bought a home. All of a sudden, my little Toyota was not good enough. I had to drive, a fancy car. And that's why we have the broke rent. So stop denying it. Most of you right now are living paycheck to paycheck as a rent. Don't deny that, because I know I'm your financial advisor, or you guys be calling me. You also upgraded your lifestyle. All of a sudden, now you want to take over everybody else's problem in the family. All of a sudden, every request, every donation in WhatsApp, now you feel obligated to give 100 because you are an RN. And this can happen to everybody. But yes, the gag, making more money has nothing to do with how wealthy you're gonna turn out. If anything, of recently, I'm sad to say, but I've been meeting a lot of RNs who pretty much, they're in their retirement, but they have no money. I recently met one of them, and I'm sorry to feel, at 65 with only $100,000 saved, that is really, really gonna mess you up. So here are some of the things that, why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? If you don't change your lifestyle, because it's all about lifestyle. If you do not change your lifestyle, you're gonna be ending up as a broke RN. I've been there. I've borrowed money, even as a RN, I know, man, I upgraded my ride. I mean, you know the story, Jeff. I bought some chairs from you too. I had to upgrade this house. But sorry, I haven't changed after that. I learned about money. I learned, and I moved on, because I was always broke. I partied every weekend. I had people. I was the queen of hosting every single baby shower in Houston. So don't tell me about not being a broke RN. I know that story very well. But it has nothing. So here are a couple of things you want to do to make sure you're financially capable. And I don't know if you guys have heard the story of Theodore Johnson. How do you pronounce that name? Theodore. So give me some point, give me some like, give me some comment. There is a guy who used to work in UPS, and I will recommend this book called Total Money Makeover, or something like that. Money Game by Tony Robbins. And he talks about the UPS guy who used to make only $14,000 a year. But at the time of his retirement, that guy had 70 million. How come the guy who never made more than 14,000 a year ended up with 70 million dollars? I'm not saying shillings, I'm talking in dollars. He made only 14,000 a year, but he ended up in 70 million. So here are some of the things this guy did. He knew from the beginning, your income has nothing to do with your ability to generate wealth. There are a couple of things that will make you wealthy at the end of the time. Number one, let's look at the ingredients that build wealth. There is an ingredient, and if you see in my video where I'm cooking, I talk about the ingredients. I'm on YouTube, Betty Chapa, for those watching me for the first time. Number one ingredient that build wealth, make or break you, it's gonna be money. Yes, you have to have money, but the money does not have to be a lot. It can be little. The key is the second ingredient is gonna matter, which is the time. You have to utilize time to your advantage. If you look at my wall right now, there are two comparisons: a guy who started at 30 and a person else who started 5 years later. These are some of my friends that I started talking to 5 years ago when I started finance business. You will feel this. So if you see that illustration, somebody started at 30 and somebody started at 35, putting about $2,500 a year. Now that is $200 and $208 every single month. That's about $52 every week. You guys be doing that thing at Choma Sunday, which I love so much. Choma Sunday, shut up, don't kill me. So they decided both of them are putting 208 every single month. But guess what? At the age of retirement, the one who started at age 30 had 677,000, just putting 208. And the one who started at age of 35, 5 years later, had only 411,000. How come? Because they utilize time. Utilization of time is very important. It doesn't matter if you're an RN. If you cannot use your time and another CNA start early, putting that $200, they're going to be winning. So time is a very key component to building your wealth. Use your time wisely. The difference between those, somebody who start 30 and somebody who start 35, saving only $200 at 10% interest rate is $266,000. Start now. Procrastination is the enemy of saving. You keep on procrastinating, you will end up broke. So that is the second key to ingredient to finance. The third key is the interest rate you are getting on your money. I don't know how many times to talk about this. So you guys are still arguing with me about SACCO versus hi. Go ahead and share this video. Thank you for sharing and liking this video. Some people are still arguing to me about SACCO versus credit union. Are you crazy? I'm sorry. Are you crazy? It's all come down to the rate of return. What are you getting back your money? Oh, Jesus Christ. The last time I checked, one of them is giving me 1% and the one that's giving me 11%. I love to grow my money. And I'm not about to put it in a place giving me 2%, So here's the key. You have to listen to the rate of return. You have to pay attention to the interest rate they're giving you whenever you save money. And I've talked about Georgie's. So we talked about, and you guys can watch my video with Georgie on Prudential where I talk about SACCO versus credit union. But it really doesn't matter. It's all come down to what money are you getting on your money, returns are you getting on your money. It doesn't matter. If somebody's giving you 10% and somebody else is giving you 11%, take the one with 11%. Here is the key. If you understand why that guy, Theodore, got to 70 million, it was simple. The guy simply compounded his money. Am I making sense? So, which means he let his money go to work. At 10 or 20%. That's what you need to be paying your don't be paying attention to, who is in credit union, who is in SACCO. That is none of your business. All you need to be paying attention is, what am I getting in return of my money? Divide it by 72. If somebody is giving you 12%, that means if you divide by 72, every 6 years that money doubles. If somebody give you 8%, you divide it by 72, every 9 years, if you have 10,000, every 9 years after that, it doubles. Divide the interest rate by whatever they're giving you. Am I making sense? So they need to join Kennard. I'm Team SACCO, of course. They give you we give you great rate plus. Hey, we are building a village. Cindy, Janet Malu. I'm a promoter of Kennards, but I'm not, and regardless to say, I try to stay neutral as much as I can. Pay attention to your interest rate. That's the third ingredient. You gotta pay attention, of course, to the inflation. The problem that was wrong with this story, and most people will be like, oh my God, the guy was making 14,000, then he ended up with $1 million, 70 million in a year. So it really doesn't matter whatever salary you're making, but the key is, you need to have a point because of inflation right now. We know that 14,000 back in the days, right now is about 121,000. Yeah. How is the 11% interest rate come up with the business goes on behind the scene? How do they make their money? Hey, they invest too. I will explain that later. But the reason why that guy ended up with that kind of money is because inflation is a biatch. We all know it. Inflation will kill your money. So what you always want to do is to get more money than the inflation is giving you. You have to pay attention to the inflation. In Kenya is about 8% inflation rate. Yeah, here is about 3%. You have to save your money always above the inflation. And if you know that you're not going to put your money in the bank, it's like wasting your money. Am I making sense? So inflation play a very key big deal in your money. Please go ahead and I like the person who is liking this video. And then of course taxes play a big role in how much you're gonna end up with in retirement. If you put your money in 401k, what is 401k? What is Roth IRA? Because I think most people hang out on, oh my God, I need to make more money. But if you're putting that money in the wrong places, like 401k where they're gonna be taxing you, and you're not considered Roth IRA where they are already taking their money already, you're gonna lose more money. So pay attention to those key ingredients. Again, to build wealth has nothing to do with your salary. It has everything to do with the 5 ingredients. Money. And money does not really matter, but you got to have money. If you don't have money, you don't have time. We can't help you. My friend Chidi always say we cannot help you. You might as well, You might as well. If you don't have a lot of money, you want to utilize the key ingredient, which means you have to utilize the time. You have to start now. Look at those places that give you 10 to 15% interest rate, and you can ask me about that. I know those places. Don't save your money in the bank. I know, I don't know why these people be putting their money in the bank. It's useless. It's not going to help you much, But the third key ingredient is paying attention to whatever rate of money they're going to be giving you back. Are they giving you 5%? Are they giving you 10%? Are they giving you 0? Honestly, the reason why credit union is good is because of a borrow culture, and it's good for borrowing. If you have a good interest rate, you can always go there and borrow. But guess what that borrow does to you? It just makes you a slave, and more slave, and more slave. Which is a bad culture to have, because the more slave you are, the more stress you are, and in the long term, you are always gonna be living a frustrated life. Instead, you might put your money in where places we call the low index funds, where it keep on growing and growing and growing, and utilizing that interest rate. So pay attention to the key component of money, and stop asking me about Sacco versus credit union. Although I love Kennards. So pay attention. I gotta have money. If I don't have a lot of it, I gotta have time. I gotta start right now to utilize my time. I have to make sure I'm putting away at least 20% if I want to really be okay. 20%, 15 to 20% if I want to beat the next component of money, which is inflation. Because inflation will eat your money, and another person who eat your money is taxes. Uncle Sam will always eat your money. I guarantee you, he will eat your money. Those are the two people that will always put your money on the negative. But the person, if you don't pay attention to, who will also eat your money, is the rate of return you're getting on your money. So it doesn't matter if you want to be in Sacco, be in Sacco. If you want to be in credit union, be in credit union. But they are brokerens. Don't tell me you are not broke. You guys are living above your means. You are adding more things to your life. And so when somebody told me, hey, there is no brokeren, I was one of them too. Ask my friend Jeff. He will tell you I borrow a couple of money. A couple of times, because I didn't know any sense of money, you know. Betty, where do you put your money? Where do you put the money you might need in 1 year? Okay, if you want to 1 year money, that's what I call for emergency or whatever plan. You have to put it in money market, or you want to put it in a 1 year CD. But those are relatively low bonds. You're not gonna get much returns on it. So if you want a return in a year, go for those ones. Plus, my friend was telling me cryptocurrency is good around June. So if you want to risk, go risk cryptocurrency around June. But I'm not telling you that. Don't do that. But if you have light risk, but if generally the rule of the thumb is, if you want your money within 1 year, put it in money market. Okay, money market are relatively good. They'll give you small return, and my best recommendation is use something like Wise Buy-on, where they have the bonds. They are small bonds. They'll give you 2-3%. You are safe there. They're easy to liquidate, meaning when you want to take your money out, you're not gonna suffer a lot of consequences. Okay, so put your money in money market. I'll give you a link to Betterment or Wise Buy-on. Either one of them are good, and the good thing about them is they also, which is another thing that I wanted to talk about, making your money automatically being taken out, because that's why we have so many broke people, because you don't create a culture of taxing yourself, which means after you pay Uncle Sam tax, you take a certain percentage and tax yourself out of your salary and let it go out automatically. So what you want to do is, in this account where you want to take your money within 1 year, they will put it mostly in a money market, which will be giving you a little return, not so much. But then again, last year they gave me 300. It's still better than the bank. Am I making sense? So relatively Betterment last year gave me $300 on top of my money. That is still better than the bank, trust me. And guess what? If you want that money, you get it out within a week. They will give it back to you. So 1 year, save in a bank. Within 5 years, you generally want to go for the CDs. They give you bonds. They're relative a lot more growth, but the CDs are good, you know. So yeah, within 5 years, you want to go for the CDs, and just as the rule of thumb. But if you want your money to really grow well and you want to keep it for a long time, you want to go for the stocks. This is where you go for the Bitcoins, where nobody utilizes them. But with the time, although they're shaky, they always even out. So I hope that helped you. And yes, I saw another question. I'm not going to answer most questions, but you guys, the key to money is not about how much you make, and I hope I've stressed that point home. So it's never about, don't idolize the doctors and the nurses. Don't idolize that life. As long as you have 24 hours and you learn these things about money, you don't have to idolize those kind of lifestyle. You don't have to have massive degrees to build wealth out here. You just have to use your time wisely, put your money where it grows wisely, and you'll be okay. They're having some level of debt can boost your credit score. Is that... Unfortunately, credit score is a number that is related to debt. In fact, people who boast that they have good credit score like me, that means we are good borrowers. Which means we have been slave to somebody before. And that's how we got that number. That's nothing to boast about. Boast about having an asset, something that brings you money. Don't tell me your credit score. I'll be like, show me your asset, dude. Let's talk about things that are really bringing you money. Let's talk about the things that you own. Credit score just means that you are a good borrower to somebody. You're a slave to so many people. You've been borrowing for so long. So that's why they gave you that fancy number. But hey, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I have a good credit score, but I don't live my life idolizing credit score so much now. Some of you will say, I want a home. I want a home. You can't get a home without a good credit score. In fact, I'm bringing a realtor in next week to talk to us about getting a home without credit score. So, stop borrowing just because you want a credit score, a number to show how good of a borrower you are. Oh yes, let me talk about the Moranga Women's Circle. Damn, girl. And again, it just comes back to the Moranga Women's Circle. The people who have not seen this, this is a good example of why it doesn't matter how much you earn. It really, especially when you are in a group. And I've said this about groups. Groups is about execution. Like, they have to execute. You have to execute. The Moranga group of women decided to save $10 a day. $10 a day. Not even $10 a day, 10 shillings a day, which ended up to be 300 shillings in a month. Now over here we call it $10. That's actually my keyword. I always say $10 a day, so that is $300 a month. So they decided to do 10 bob a day. When they did that, they ended up with, oh my God, was it 40 million? And now they have hostel that is bringing them 1 million Kenya shillings every month. Amazing story. I don't know how to share that video. I'll put it below. My goodness, it is awesome story if you hear what they did. And now they own a big, massive building. They're gonna be, again, asset, things that bring you money. Things that bring you money. They're gonna be assetting. They're gonna be cash flowing $10,000 a month. They're gonna be cash flowing 1 million Kenya shillings every month by building those houses. Things that brings you money. Remember, we always want things that bring us money, not things that takes money away from us, Georgie. Yes, I know you can get that money, that house, but guess what it is? It's a liability. It's a liability. Yes, they have $100 million investment, the value of the building. I am so proud of the Moranga women. And it just goes to shows how nice if you are in a good company and execution in a group and having very great group of women who knows what they want, plus men. I'm not ditching the men. We know you brothers do good things. So it just goes to shows that if you execute your plan, you will always win. You can always win no matter what. Don't idolize the RN. I have met CNAs, nurse assistants who have good assets. They have more assets than RNs, and I kid you not. When I was in my nursing school, I met a CNA, and is still a good friend of mine here in Houston. He had over, and I know he had just been a CNA for 6 years, but he had a billing that was already giving him 20,000 in Kenya. In Kenya alone. I've also met a guy in Alabama, a Kenyan, who works at a gas station, who is already net profiting from having his cows, which is again things that brings you money. Alabama, this boy is only 27 years old. Stop looking at my friends very keenly. They're on the page. He's probably watching this video because he's smart. He's 27 years old, but right now his net worth every month is making about 10,000. That money comes to him without him working, because he have cows that he milks home and he sells milk to the local market. I don't know anything about veterinary, but in network that is all about asset. It's all about paying attention to things that are gonna bring you money. That's how you generate wealth. And these people are my 27-year-old who lives in Alabama. Don't look him up. This boy, I tell you for sure, is earning about $10 to $11 an hour working at a gas station. Yet his net worth right now, he's cash flowing that $20,000 every single month, because he understands the power of cash flowing. He was humble to live below his means for a couple of years. He bought his cows, and now he is doing so well. I'm so proud of you. You know, my friend in Alabama, you know who you are. I'm so proud of you. He's a 27-year-old. Another example that I can give you that it has nothing to do with money, how much you make, is my friend. And she'll watch this video. My other girlfriend who's also in Alabama. The thing I love about Kenyans in Alabama, you don't hear about what they talk, but Kenyans are in Alabama are very silent and they execute. My girlfriend who is in Alabama, net flowing right now, close to $500,000. Never had to go to school to get all these doctorate degrees. She understands the power of having a cash flow. Those are the people that if you live by those example, if you live by the power of interest rate, if you live by the power of knowing all I need is something that is always going to be bringing me money, I need to stop hanging around people who are all about flashy stuff that don't even bring them money, you will win. Thank you for the good work and for sharing the power of interest rate, which is the eighth one. Yes, Albert Einstein said, compound interest rate is the power of money, guys. If you have not learned anything about compounding interest, I will let you guys know. I'll teach more about compound interest, but I have a video on my page. Just go to my page and search up there. It will show you. If you click compound, it will come compound interest. And I've done a video where I've compound versus simple. Now be careful. Kenya most of the time is simple. We are not talking about simple. Simple is easy. Simple is where you want to keep that money for 1 year. Compound means I put money here, the next year, that money plus that money, keep on. That money plus that money plus the other money, keep on. That money plus that money, yeah. Simple mean only on the principal will you get money return, okay? So I've explained that before, and I think I even used coin on that video. There's a video that explain compound versus interest rate. Yes, kudos to Kennard. I know we are going places, ladies. So you guys will be seeing me more often, but it's never about how much money you make. So hey, for those people joining us, this is Miss B. Share the video, like, comment, everything below. We need one for both men and women. Well, we have Kenyan Diaspora Circle by one of my favorite leaders too, Raf, so support Kenya Diaspora Circle too. Of course, I'm a woman. I'm Team Kennard for life. But because I know the women who are leading that thing, the Kennards, and I know how they are executors. If you are in a group, there are two reasons why groups fail. And I've said this before. Your ability to agree in a group affects whether the group is going to work or not. The second thing is how long you take to execute. So when you read historically, if you are in a group right now and you're listening to my voice and your group is taking more than 2 months to find out what they want to do, please leave them. They have to execute. In the moment there is no results, even in your life, when you put a goal to run and you don't do it, that's a dead end. So your ability for your group to agree and the ability for you guys to execute is the best. And sometimes opportunity, that might not just be the right opportunity for you. If you are in a group right now that they don't execute, run. Your group should be able to execute. And that's what Kennards have done within a short period of time, within 1 year. And that's why we give them all kudos. They were able to execute within 1 year. These women have already collected way too much money. And Janet Muelo will tell you guys, Janet, Purity, and all the rest of them. So if you are in a group and they don't execute, you need to run. You need to run away as fast as possible. But for all my RN, this was not meant to bash you guys. I'm a registered nurse. I still wear that scrubs. In fact, it's just this video cannot show you down here, but I'm waiting to reveal my beach body after my exercises. I love you all, and I hope this video has been a blessing. And share the video. Yeah, it really doesn't matter how much. And I've told you guys example of thousand. That's why I'm grateful for doing this business, because it has opened and exposed me to so many young Kenyans. When I hear people complaining about millenniums, I'm like, actually, I'm more worried about our generation baby boomers right now than millenniums, because millenniums are doing some wonderful big things out here. Yeah, I've seen a trend, and we have very serious millenniums who are coming up, especially those who have come from Kenya and who come here with the mindset not necessarily to go to school and earn more money, but they come here with a game plan. I'm seeing a lot of them succeeding. I just had a girl, my girlfriend yesterday, I was with her in Dallas 2 days ago. She's been here 3 years, and this girl already have a real estate in Dallas making about 1,000 every month. I mean, those are the people, and these are the new millenniums who are coming from Kenya. So the people who have been here, we are faced to ask ourselves, where is our priority? We should be cash flowing here too. That's all I'm saying, you know. 300,000 rental property in Kenya can earn you $400. Rate of return is 12%. Yeah, it's about cash flowing, and that's why we stop worried about credit score. Yes, Jeff, yes. And that's why, Jeff, that's what I was saying, like, people get hanged up on which one should I go to, you know. Yeah, I like millenniums. People are like, oh my God, where should I put my money? It's all about the rate of return. To me, that's the most simple way you can do. What about my interest rate? What am I getting in return for this, you know? If you're getting 0 and you're still putting your money in the bank, we need to take your brain and put a new one on. Yeah, the millenniums are more informed, and kudos to all the millenniums. You guys are awesome. I mean, whew, people who say that millennials are not serious, I don't know. You haven't met. If I start telling you guys the story of millennials here in America, whew, sometimes I feel depressed. I'm about a millennium, but oh Lord, some of you all are executing to the next level. Millennium scares me. So it's all about those people who are in your 60 and 50. You need to really watch out, and I understand you guys who are the sandwich generation, you have to take care of us, take care of everybody in Kenya. The millennials have learned to say no. They've learned that Kenyans, you can make us money. We don't have to send you money all the time. So that's why I'm very proud of the millenniums generations. Yeah. So they have learned to put themselves first. Most of the millenniums are actually execute. So if you are in your 30s, early 30s, mid 30s, 20s, and you're still thinking, oh, my generation is partying. No, they're lying to you. They're saving money, honey. You'll be left alone. Remember, I just talked about that 5 years difference. The 5-year difference between somebody who started at 30 and 35 is $211,000. Don't wait. Start putting that $200 every month and see what will happen to you when you retire. Anyway, this Miss B. Share the video, like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube at Betty Chapa. My website, I have an article coming out tomorrow about debt management for all the debt management lovers. You will hear my story through how I manage my debt, how I got into debt, and that is coming out tomorrow. Okay? This is Governor Beatrice Otieno saying good night. Yes, I'm gonna speak it.